The research article I will be analyzing for my video project is entitled A Self-Determination Approach to the Understanding of Motivation in Physical Education, published in Great Britain in 2001. I am interested in analyzing the format and procedure this research followed, being it is from over almost 2 decades ago, yet still touching on a topic popular today. The article begins by presenting a roadmap for what is to come in the research, beginning with the introduction and going on to present the findings, ending the roadmap with concluding remarks. Although I feel this roadmap aids the reader in their ability to fully engage clearly in what the author is trying to portray, I feel as if it often references generalizations that not aid in the furthering of specific research such as this. However, it seems to be effective depending on the audience. Beginning with the introduction, we see a layout of past and current research that has been done regarding this issue and current stances research has regarding it at the time. This is helpful in giving us a foundation to base continued findings off of. One of the article's main points is the idea that although physical education can be of positive impact in young children's lives, it is up to them how big or small they allow that impact to be. Although this can be a good point, the general theme is slightly vague and generalized, giving the reader a harder time to follow what the main point is trying to convey. After this, we move on to the aim, sample, and methods sections. These sections are the root of the research and are going to give the reader the newly found evidence and findings in order to support their claim. The aim defines more clearly the research motives and what exactly is trying to be proven. The sample goes on to describe how the research is being conducted and under what conditions, which in this case, participants were 424 differing British students aged 14 to 16 years from the Northwest England. A sample group is often chosen with the intent to grasp conclusions to represent larger groups of similar age, race, ethnicity, etc. And after describing the sample group, the author goes to explain the method. Now, the way the author explains his methods is vital for the reader to truly grasp how and why the research is being conducted. For this particular study, questionnaires were used to measure cooperative learning, self-referenced improvement, and choice of tasks, such as social factors, perceived competence, autonomy, and relatedness, motivation, identification, introjection, regulation, types of motivations within differing kids, boredom, effort, and future intention to exercise past the physical education classes. Now, the author does a good job throughout the research by displaying his findings, using physical representation and charts of data that has been collected. And the author does a good job right in through here describing the different motivating factors of children and whether they will be perceived to exercise further within their career past these physical education classes. And these are different ways that within the methods we are able to measure how motivated they will be. So after the methods have been fleshed out, we see the results. So right here we have the analysis of the different results. And the results section is often clear to follow if the above sections have been made clear, and I feel as if the results for this research were definitely clear for the average reader. And the author again does a good job of bringing in some physical representation to pull together the results to give us that physical way of seeing the results rather than also just reading the numbers. So I think that really gives the paper an advantage in terms of effectiveness. So to sum up, the entire research paper follows the conclusion, which gives us the overall theme and reiterates the main points once again in hopes the reader will leave them with them on their fresh on their mind. So the conclusion and the discussion are often interchangeable, so it basically just reiterates the purpose of the study and the different findings and whether our theses were proven true or correct or false. And then, of course, after the conclusion, we see the various works cited, provided for intricate papers such as this one. So overall, I do feel this was an effective research paper. I enjoyed reading it, and I think the findings were very interesting.